Hello, everyone. How's it going? I'm back once again. This is Roland Solo with Game Face Killa, and we are taking a dungeon dive again into Gloomhaven Digital. I finally unlocked a few weeks ago the party, which if you get this game, hey Joe, how's it going? If you get this game, you will have to do some legwork to open up the full party system. I'm hoping that they won't hinder you from getting into a party of four if you're playing multiplayer, because that would be annoying to have to wait for certain people to play through the game to unlock four players. But we will, hope springs eternal, and we'll begin our adventure. What I'm working on now is kind of going up to a build. I think up to about level 3. I think at that point I could take on the first boss here, the Bandit Commander. The tough part is when you're playing this, it's a little slow going at first. I think after a certain point, you really start to kind of speed through dungeons, build up XP, and then this game is a little bit different. The adventure mode is a little bit different than the normal game because you get bonus XP every scenario in the physical game, whereas here you have to play through a whole path, which could consist of multiple scenarios. So each time you journey from somewhere, you've got a choice, usually three choices, and then the path will be colored based on the difficulty. But right now, I'm just kind of lining up some easy scenarios. I don't really have a choice at this point. My Tinkerer is the one who's a little behind. He's everybody else is well into level 2. He's still got some work to do to get to level 2. Um, so I may have to tweak his deck eventually at some point to boost his XP gaining ability. I noticed in the physical board game too, I came nowhere near. I'm just about to retire, I would say, probably in like a game or two. But I got nowhere near the max level with that character. I don't know if he's just kind of a special case. Doesn't really build up XP very much, but that's okay. We'll keep him going. Hopefully, get some last minute fireworks going a lot more often from him. So basically the big difference between between these paths is only one of them has only one scenario. The other ones have two scenarios, but obviously more XP, more gold, and the prizes. Well, the other reward is a hook chain, a potion, a mana potion, or a stamina potion. I've been able to get potions pretty easily, and I think at this point I've actually got an extra stamina potion. So I don't know that I need to. I think I'm going to be level 4 before I get to the ability to have another potion. So I think I'm going to go for the hook chain, see if that's a weapon. Some of my guys still don't have weapons. See if that's a weapon I can deal with. So I'm going to go to the Lost Crypt first. There's going to be two scenarios. Possible random encounter on the way, an event. Nope, no random event this time. Looks like we're going to be facing some undead. I'm going to kind of use the same opening moves I usually do, which is if it's a big crowded room, which it usually is at the beginning of these scenarios, I'm going to do some crowd control as well as damage, and then hopefully by the second round I've got a little bit more of a handle on the numbers of creatures. Opening rooms can be pretty tough. I know in the physical board game, if you're not really paying close attention, you can even die in the first scenario of the physical board game for sure. There's some pretty heavy hitters if you're a level 1 character. But this room's not too bad. I should be able to contain these guys pretty easily. And you can always see the rest of the dungeon. It looks like it's a 3-room dungeon. Shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and try to disarm the archer here. But to do that, I'm going to need to move 3 spaces. So here we go. Overwhelming assault. It is. Now, with the living corpse here, it'd be nice if I could push him into the trap. So I'm going to be trying to do a push. I don't know that the... Let me go back here. It's possible that only the fighter here Or only the brute has the push that I need. So maybe I'll have him go up and do that. The downside is that I might... Oh, I should still be able to stun him with my other characters, but he'll need to do his push, and he only needs to move 2 to do that, so I'm going to pick a different skill besides Overwhelming Assault so I can go faster. I will use... Well, Spare Dagger is not that fast either, so I'll forego the Shield Bash, because I don't... With only 2 guys in this first room, I don't think I'll really need it. All right, so we finally got everything picked, so that means we're going to try to do some disarming or something. Maybe I'll just do throwing knives to start off with. I can hit... I'm going to need to move a little bit to get both of these guys. Oh, well, that would also be something I could do in order to move somebody onto the trap. Okay, so Tinkerer, he's definitely got his stun shot. He'll be taking out somebody with that. He can kind of do that from wherever, from right where he is. So I think I'll keep him hanging back. And I'll maybe set up a heal just in case somebody gets hit. I don't think anybody's going to get anything out before I stun them. I could immobilize this fella, the big guy. I think I'll do that. I can hit him from 4 away, so I can actually hit him right where he's going to land on the trap here in just a second. At that point, what am I going to do after that? I could start the Mind's Weakness, which gives me extra attack, but I lose that 1 attack. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Oh, but I do need... Oh, that's actually not what I need to do. I need to find a bottom card that lets me move, so I might as well come and get this gold, probably. But I only needed to move 2 to do that, so I think I'm going to use Submissive Affliction. And now we got everybody set. All right. So they're going to be moving and attacking. Not a huge amount of damage, but it's enough that I'm probably going to want to keep him from doing that. And of course, I wasn't paying attention, and my Mind Thief is going to immobilize for no reason. Or he can't immobilize the living... Well, yeah, he can immobilize the living corpse because he's going to get pushed. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to immobilize him, which also does 2 damage. I'm not going to use my power potion because this isn't a big attack or a AoE attack, so just did 1 damage, but he is immobilized, so if I can keep him away from my characters, he won't be using his move to attack too. Then I'm just going to do the basic move to get on this gold. Oh, there's another trap over here. I won't be able to use that trap, I don't think. The Scoundrel could disarm it. Don't forget, you've got that disarm, which is a nice little bit of XP for the Scoundrel, but it's not always convenient, and it's a top action, so... Oh, the Bone Ranger is an elite archer. He's going to get to go next. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with the Scoundrel to be able to stop him from attacking. I could put him on the trap, but that's also going to make the upper attack throwing knives at a disadvantage. So I guess I will... That's okay. The Tinkerer will now have some healing he could do, because I'm going to move the Scoundrel up. He'll take the brunt of the hits here from the Bone Ranger. The Bone Ranger is going to attack for 2. Not too bad. But the Scoundrel will get hit, and then the Tinker should be able to heal him. So I get to target 2 with his throwing knives, or her throwing knives ability, which is pretty awesome. 4 total damage. Sometimes with AoE attacks, it helps me to think about them as total damage, and then they seem a lot more valuable, right? Like you're doing technically, if you can target 2 guys, you're doing 4 damage, which is a lot. Okay. I didn't end up doing a lot of damage, but that's a pretty good amount. Oh, the Bone Ranger. Yeah. So the Bone Ranger, the Mind Thief and the Scoundrel were equidistant from the Bone Ranger. So based on that, it then goes by initiative order. So yeah, my Mind Thief would have gotten hit first, so he'll take 2 damage. Again, it's not a problem because the Tinkerer can heal. I set him up with a lower ability heal, which is nice. The Tinkerer is a great healer in terms of having lower and upper abilities that heal. I've often found that lower one really useful, especially because the Tinker's already a ranged guy, so he can often just stay where he is and hit guys with the top action and then heal his friends with the bottom. So so I don't need to do anything special with the shield bash. I just need to use the basic movement from it, move up, and then attack 3 and push. The attack may kill him. We'll see. But if it doesn't, yep, it'll kill him. So we don't have to worry about him going, but now the trap is still active. So I'm going to have to try to see if I can do something with the trap. Okay, so first I'm going to heal the Mind Thief, get him back up. And then at that point, I can stun the archer. So he's going to... Didn't do any damage, but he's stunned for his whole next turn. So I have a whole round where I'm just going to be able to go. I do want to see... I think that the Tinkerer should have, with his hook gun, yeah, he can pull. So if I can get up here on this gold pile, which is only 2 moves away, I can pull him into the trap, which will finish him off. So the Tinkerer's got this under control. I think I'm going to go ahead and have the Brute move into the next room. So we will, I think move 3 might be the best option. So we'll do a move 3. We'll do a spare dagger so I can at least hit something at range, because I might not be able to move in far enough to actually hit anything. And then we've got... I got to remember that the rogue does have, or the scoundrel does have, Cloak of Invisibility, which means that opening up a door and going in the room, or going in the room early, could be something that she could viably do. She's already used her range, but I could move her faster, farther, with quick hands and backstab combo. So we'll do that. And then we need to get the Mind's Weakness started. I really want to, and obviously you can try different builds out every time you play a different scenario. I do want to eventually try out maybe having a summon Mind Thief. It'd be kind of cool. I don't think I've ever tried that. But if we've got the Mind's Weakness going, I want to try to do a big move. So I think I'm going to have to use my Gnawing Horde for the move. And it'll be a later action. Let's see. Okay, so he's moving to an attacking 3. The Tinkerer is definitely going before he will, so it should be over for him. It looks like the Scoundrel is going to be opening the door. All right. So we've got a much... Oof, man, this is a much bigger party room here. So I can definitely move in, make it to the Archer, another Archer Elite. Let's do it. And then we'll use Quick Hands, skip the movement, do the attack. I think I will poison him. The nice thing is this Poison Dagger will reactivate or reapply poison once I do a long rest. So it's always good to use it, especially when you're first starting on a guy, get him burned down faster. Now, before I end the turn, I'm going to have the Scoundrel use her Cloak of Invisibility. Okay. Scoundrel's done. Tinkerer goes. This kind of puts him in harm's way, but that's okay. Nobody else has gotten hit, so he's not going to be able to heal anybody. He tried anyway. Then I'm going to use my hook gun to hit this last guy. Only did 1 damage, but the nice thing is I can pull him and finishes him off with the trap. Gather some gold. Oh, now the brute can move on in and take the hits. Huh. Okay, so the skeletons are moving 3 and attacking 2. So even no matter where I move, if I move in the way, he's going to, let's see. I can attack with my dagger 3 away though. 1, so I can hit him and get the gold. I'm also going to get hit by the archer no matter what. So maybe I will just come to the gold. And then go after. Oh, brother. How can I not see him? I can totally see that guy. That's kind of crazy. Well, in the physical board game, I think that would have been a arguable. If I can go from this vertex to that vertex, I can definitely shoot through the doorway and hit him. Otherwise, I would have moved in the door. Well, that's kind of a sucky. Yeah. Keep in mind, you can't cheat in this game by saving it right before you take an action. You could only save the game. I guess the game auto saves when you at the beginning of every round. It auto saves, so you could leave at the end of every round, and it would start over at the beginning of the next round. But well, at least he didn't take any hits from the. I'm not sure why he didn't move all the way. I guess he could only move 1. Okay, well, I guess that kept him from getting hit by anybody, which isn't ideal, but okay. So we're going to use Gnawing Horde to move 4 spaces, which is exactly how far I need to move. And then I will use Mind's Weakness. I could do extra damage with the Power Potion, but I'm still kind of worried about this last room. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the... It's an attack 3 with the Augment powered up. Okay. Now if I can just go faster than that guy, I can finish him off next round. All right, so we got... I think there's still an archer who has left to go. I'm thinking, right? No, the living corpses are the last to go, so... I love that the living corpses have an action that lets them move fast, but they fall apart, so they take damage. Okay. So I can disarm someone. That's probably smart with the brute. I can move in. A good amount with that leaping cleave. Scoundrel definitely needs to do some big attacks. But she's still invisible, so keeping her invisible as long as possible would be great. I'm going to go for the single out option on the bottom. No, I'm going to do the Thief's Knack to attack. And then open wound on the top. We'll see if I can go... I should be going... The brute should be going fast enough that he'll give the scoundrel a boost on some of those attack abilities. So we'll do some reviving shock, double attack. And I need to do something on the bottom. I can shield everybody, but nobody's going to be left around me. Well, let's make everybody's attacks a little powered up here. Okay, so now the Mind Thief is going to be pretty critical here. I want to go fast. I mean, attack 5 for the Perverse. Oh, that's a loss ability. So I can stun somebody on the bottom of Perverse Edge. That's probably going to be good for the Living Corpse. And then I can do a big attack on the top. Let's do Frigid Apparition. That'll give me an attack 5. I should be able to finish off the skeleton for sure. Maybe I shouldn't do a big attack. Maybe I should just do kind of an even attack. Ooh, let's do a Fearsome Blade, because if it goes off, then we can push him. Yeah, there's really not any... I mean, I guess I could just do a basic attack. All these others... Well, we'll just do Frigid Apparition just to make sure. I could draw a -1 or -2, so having a little buffer there to make sure that Living Bones goes down is always good. Okay, so everybody's got their actions. Looks like the bones are healing after they attack. Everybody else is doing like moves and attacks. Living Corpse is doing a big attack, so we need to make sure and take him out, which the Mind Thief should be doing. We'll start off with a stun to do just that. Ooh, and it was ×2. Not the best time to draw the ×2 because it was only 1 damage, so it did 2. But he's out for now. Now we'll attack the Frigid Apparition for 5 damage with the augment going. Okay, so I did draw a -1, but thankfully that's still 4 damage, enough to kill him. Oh, and I think he might have had a shield too, if I'm remembering right. Might have, I don't know. Okay, so Brute's going to go here. He's going to move in and disarm somebody, but it's got to be... I think this is the best option because the Living Corpse is not going to get close enough to do anything. The only guy that can do damage is the Bone Ranger. It's attack 3, but this Bone Ranger Elite doesn't attack 4, so this is going to be better to get this to go off. Now, this is a jump ability. Oh, but I gotta... Okay, so I gotta use my boots. Thankfully, I finally have bought boots that let me move far, even, which is great, especially if you have a jump move. Like right here, so I'm moving up, skipping the rest of my movement, and then we'll disarm this Elite Bone Archer, and this might even kill him, because this is going to be an attack 3. Oh yeah, because he's poisoned. Nope. I drew my miss, but he is still disarmed. So both of these guys nearby are out of the picture. The Living Corpse is not going to get close enough. The Living Bones is already gone. And the Archer, the Bone Ranger, he'll get his attack and that's it. So the nice thing is using key, debuffs at key places is great because you can... if you can keep the damage low, then for sure your healer is going to be able to keep up really easily. And here you see my chainmail is already paying off because I can mitigate damage as well as my shield. Now I'm just taking 1 damage. So having that perk with the Brute is just finally in the game. It's a game changer. Let's put it that way. Makes him a lot more of a tank. Okay, so the Rogue is going to attack, but do I want to do the attack on the bottom or the attack on the top? Let's do the attack on the top. I'm going to get an XP either way. 5 damage, boom. I got an extra damage, or I actually would have added a wound, but I did get an XP because of the fact that there was an adjacent ally there. So I'm going to move on top of the money. End her turn. Oof, that archer flew up there. Ooh, and missed, which is nice. The great thing about this is that he's now kind of in view. I'm going to go ahead and move close. and attack 2 targets. Let's see. I don't want to attack this guy right next to me because he's going to... It would be at a disadvantage. So I'm going to hit the 2... kind of midway. Okay, so two damage. All right, not bad. Living corpse is only going to move 1. I thought about moving on this gold space. I'm glad I didn't because the living corpse would have done a huge amount of damage. Okay, so now the brute is in a good position to be able to do 2 hits if I have an attack on the bottom. I mean, I do have a lost card. Might be worth it. 1, 2. Yeah, because I could hit all 3 of these guys. I can attack 2, all of them, so I think that's worth it. And then when I'm finished, and that's just a bottom action, I can do I am not in a good place to do skewer. It's only 1, but it does do 3 attack no matter what, so maybe that's a better... Okay. All right. So we'll do skewer trample. Of course, that means he won't get to go that early, but we'll see. So we'll do single out. Man, that pull would be great if I could pull him through a trap, but I can't really do that. I'd have to move clear across the board, which I could do. Oh, but then I can't pull. Bad idea. Okay, so we're going to use Venom, Shiv, and Single Out just to kind of clean stuff up. I do need to get some healing going. So we'll heal and... We'll put a shield on allies. Now's the time to use the Fearsome Blade. Ooh, this is a push. So this will get that big guy onto the trap in the back. Okay. All right. It's always hard because when you got a bunch of guys that are all fairly low hit points, then you've got some of the heroes kind of stepping on each other occasionally. Definitely don't want to be next to the living corpses. They do extra damage, big time damage. Ooh, and they go pretty early. And the problem is that the Mind Thief moving up there to push this other guy, attack and push this other guy, means that he will he'll be hit by the other living corpse. I can't really do anything about him pushing, or his big attack anyway. All right, well, looks like he'll be taking a little bit of damage here for the team. That's okay. Okay, so I moved, and now I'm going to be using my attack 2. Oh, I can go invisible. Okay, it's a perfect time for him to go invisible. Well, I mean, he'll just attack someone else, so probably the brute, who's lost a little. I am going to use my power potion this time to do a little bit of a bigger attack. So it'll be, 5 damage. Geesh, and I rolled my ×2. He didn't get pushed into the trap because he's dead. Living corpse, is going to hit him for like 6 damage, I think. Yeah. And it pushed him? Oh, man. But it did do damage to living corpse. All right, so now I'm going to do my loss ability, which is to move 4, attack 2, everybody I jump through. So there you go. I should hit all 3 of these guys. Confirm the attack. Two of them are now dead. And now I get to do my skewer. That was just the bottom action. Now I get to do my skewer, which should kill this guy. And it was a ×2, so that turned into a 6 damage. So, yeah, that was a huge turn for the brute. All right, so now I'm going to move and get some gold and heal the Mind Thief. Okay. The Scoundrel. I think I'm going to go ahead and have her get ready for big attacks with the single out. And then just have her skip the top action. Okay, so let's see if the Scoundrel can... She doesn't have her... Well, she's got a short rest anyway. Venom Shiv is lost, but that's okay. It's better than losing other things. I am going to try to... Do I have that? Yeah, I'm going to disarm the trap. And then she'll just move. Move away, maybe get some treasure. Maybe I don't want to have her use a high move. Okay, get some treasure too. The brute needs to use his last 2 cards. I'm not even going to look at him because there's no choice. Okay, so at this point, the Tinkerer, this is where he needs to be blowing his big cards. I don't really... I guess, I mean, the problem with the attack on the bottom of Toxic Bolt is it's a very short range, so I need to just do a regular move. And the Mind Thief is also just using the last 2 cards. That's weird. The Mind Thief should have grabbed that gold. Huh, that's really weird. Okay, so we're going to move up and heal. So now I'm only 1 away from max. And then I'm going to use Scurry to open the door. See what's in here. Ooh, we got an elite living corpse. Living spirits. They don't have a lot of hit points, but they have a pretty good amount of shielding. So I can finish moving up here. Oh, and I still haven't used my invisibility cloak. Interesting. Okay, well, let's just do that then. Move up 1. We're going to go ahead and do the attack. Darn. Didn't do a big modifier draw there. So I'll use the invisibility cloak to go invisible. Now we'll get to see a lot of them move toward the door. Oh my gosh, there's a living spirit lead in here. Some big ones, and that guy has 2 shields. All right, Scoundrel. Disarm that trap. I could just do the loot 1, but it's not worth an XP, and I can only get 1 anyway. All right. I don't have my boots back yet, so he's going to be moving a little slow. We'll see if we can get him in here. I think we should be able to get him up to do a little damage. So I'll use Juggernaut. I used bottom basic movement, and then I'm using the top of Juggernaut, which is a move to attack to. Can't really add anything to it, but I do have him in the room now, which is good. He's the big guy. He should be in there. Okay. So at this point, I need to be moving the Tinker in to do the big damage. I mean, for sure, I can only hit 2 guys out of the 3 for my ink bomb, so that's going to give me 2 XP. I think I need to start working on this Living Corpse Elite, and I should hopefully be able to kill this Living Spirit, and it's going to infuse darkness. If I remember right, somebody can use darkness. I can't remember for what. I think it might be the Mind Thief. Ooh, ×2 did 8 damage to Living Corpse. The Living Spirit I drew. What did I draw? A +1. So that was nice. Canceled the shield, basically. But it was enough damage remaining to take him out, and I got some good XP with that. Need to get this treasure chest up there. It's always good. It's usually money, but it's a good amount of money. So at this point, the Brute could long rest, but he's kind of in the middle of everything, so I think short resting is going to be better. Balance Measure is a good card to get rid of. I don't think I'm going to get to move a lot to pump up the attack, which is the best thing about that card. And I don't really need to move too far. All right, so now he's going to kick off his big abilities. I am going to do Juggernaut for the bottom, and then Overwhelming Assault for the top. I know it's pretty late, but the nice thing is nobody's going to be getting past me to deal damage to the weaker guys, and I'm going to keep the Mind Thief in the shadows to act as an obstacle, because if you're invisible, you're basically an obstacle to the enemy. Okay, but what is the Scoundrel going to do? The Scoundrel can move, is going to be doing extra damage if there's no ally that's adjacent. And that is the case with the Living Corpse. So I think I'm going to get up and try to hit the Living Corpse. So Backstab should get me up there. And then, because my ally is adjacent, that Sinister Opportunity is going to be 4 damage, and then my boost is going to be 6. So that should do a huge amount of damage. Toxic Bolt and Net Shooter are good combos for the Tinkerer to get some XP. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Big XP, hopefully. And then the Mind Thief is going to long rest, because that will extend the shadow and his obstacle acting ability for as long as possible. So we got some big attack from the Living Spirit Elite. Got to be careful of that. All right, so the Scoundrel's going to move fast. Oh, she's going to use, and because there's darkness on the board, her attack is going to be even bigger. Maybe I'll go after that Living Spirit Elite, or Living Spirit. I wish I had flying boots. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to skip that movement. I'm going to add 2. I'm going to infuse this with darkness. It's very hard to see. I wish there was a little bit better. If it's grayed out, you know it's not active. If it's white, then you know it is activated, and you see a little color coding. For some of the elements, it's a little hard to see. They need to glow a little bit more, although darkness doesn't really glow. But okay, so I've activated that. I can't burn fire, but I think I should be able to once I pick my target. I am going to power it up. It's kind of pointless, right? Yeah, maybe it's pointless. So let's see. This attack is going to be doing... Oh, he only has 2 hit points. But it's going to be a huge attack, I'm assuming. Only 1? Oh, because he was adjacent to an enemy. Ah, oh well. That's lame. I should have powered it up. Oh well. You live and you learn. No, that's okay because then that lets the Tinkerer get a little bit more XP. The hard part is with this is see here. This is the part that's a little annoying because it's range 3, which is well within the range. But when I move the targeting over both of them, I can't hit them both. Oh, there we go. Okay, you just have to kind of zoom out. Now I'm hitting both. Unfortunately, I don't have anything I can. Maybe I'll activate fire to help out the scoundrel for next round. Then she can use her sword. Whew, okay, so the living spirit's dead. The living bones elite is still alive, but he's immobilized. Not that that matters a whole lot. Oh, and then now I've got my attack 5, range 2, which should. Yeah, did 10 damage because I drew my times 2. So now the Tinker just built up a huge amount of XP right there. Okay, so the problem is at this point, I've got no enemies for the Brute to hit with his big overwhelming assault. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move him instead of doing the XP no damage card with Juggernaut. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get the gold. I'm going to do a big attack, finish the living corpse, and now I just have one enemy left to deal with. He does do big damage, though. This will be a big hit. 2 damage. That's not too bad. Okay, so now the ninth Mind Thief has to pick a card to lose. Submissive Affliction is good because this guy's probably not going to have a lot of negative conditions on him, and I can't have him attack anybody else. There's nobody left, so. All right, last round. I do need to get this treasure. I will probably have. I mean, let's see who's going to be the best to get this. It's going to be hard to decide. Maybe the. Yeah, maybe the scoundrel since she doesn't have any really big attacks left. And then she can set up her smoke bomb just for some XP. Oh, but that's if her attack goes off. Well, it may take me more than one round to get this guy. I'm going to do a long rest with the Tinkerer, just so I don't have to change the resolution. I wish they'd fix that. Let's see. So at this point, the Mind Thief doesn't have to move far. I just want to do a big attack. So Frigid Apparition's probably going to be the way I need to go. We'll do Hostile Takeover just to give me an early initiative. Okay, so Living Spirit's going to do a move and then attack, and be able to attack all enemies within range. This is one of the hardest parts, speaking of this, is that attack action that the Living Spirit is going to pull off. I kind of want to study it because in playing the physical board game, trying to figure out, I mean, it's easy. You always figure out the closest guy is the focus, but once you've done that, if you're doing an attack like trying to attack all enemies within range, that enemy is going to try to maximize that and hit everybody. But even if it might mean that they put themselves a little closer, or maybe not move optimally toward the enemy, but it's hard to tell. And it's hard to build a perfect AI for sure, but it's hard to tell exactly what the enemy would do with a rule system. I wish there was some kind of app movement thing. Okay, so ideally, this is going to do 3 attack because the 2 shields are what my augment is going to overcome. So if I just draw a blank or a zero plus zero, I should hit or higher. There's a plus zero, so he's dead. All right, so we now have till the end of the round to get the rest of the money and treasure chest. So I'm going to move and try to get everything. And we'll just do the top attack and skip it. Got 22 gold this dungeon, not too bad. And this is just the first of two. So we'll do a move 5 onto the treasure chest. And we'll do this action, even though it's not going to do anything. Smoke bomb. Ooh, a third cloak of invisibility. That's not something you can do in the physical board game, that's for sure. So now I have something for the. I think the Tinkerer is the only one that doesn't have one that needs one, and the Brute, of course, is only using armor from now on. No reason to have. Well, having a harmless contraption. Oh, he's long resting, so it doesn't really matter. Well, he didn't get some XP that last round, but I didn't think I was going to kill him that fast. That last guy. Shields are tough. I got lucky. They're usually, and obviously the Mind Thief has a ton of damage, but the shielding can be hard to break through with normal attack cards. So I have two options. There's a branching path. I can do some more undead, or I can just do some bandits. I think I'm going to go for bandits, and the Den of Razors sounds cool. Ooh, we've got a random encounter. You hear the clashes and clangs of what sounds like a fight taking place up ahead. As you draw near, you see a Savas and an Inox locked in a fierce duel. They both notice your arrival and call to you for aid. So what's interesting is what I love about some of the road events is that depending on who you have in your party or who you don't have in your party, you can activate certain options. And because there are Inox, I have the Brute in my party who's an Inox. He would never let the party kill the Inox over the Savas. So that's not even an option. So I can help the Inox attempt to break up the fight without killing either one of them, or ignore them and carry on walking. I have a feeling if I try to break up the fight without harming anybody, I'm going to get harmed. But let's say I do that just to be a good person. You leap into their midst and attempt to break up the fight. However, each thinks you've joined the other side and they both flee. In the confusion, one of them drops a minor power potion. You pick it up and continue down the road, wondering what the two of them were fighting about. Cool. Well, it wasn't a negative effect. Okay, so I've got that Cloak of Invisibility. I am going to equip that on the Tinkerer. So now he has a body, something for the body. I don't have a need for any. Nobody needs a power potion, really. The Tinkerer is using a mana potion to kind of beef up somebody else's attack. I keep forgetting to use it, but thanks, Joe. All right, so we're going to be going into the second of the two scenarios. You can get to where you can go through these pretty quickly. So this is kind of interesting. This is a 2-room dungeon. And what usually happens is that second room is pretty filled with a lot of guys. This room is also filled with a lot of guys. This kind of reminds me of the first dungeon. So this is where I really want to make sure that I've got some CC going. So I'm going to do the Provoking Roar to disarm one of the guards, I guess. And I also need to be able to move. Well, I guess I could move up and decide if I want to do the archer or the guard. So I need to move at least 3. And I can push an enemy. There's no traps to really push them into. At least not close enough, so I'll just do the jump move. So there's no pushing or pulling with this guy, with the scoundrel. This gal, I should say. So I'm going to do the open wound. Oh, and then move 3. This should allow me to move this guard into the trap. So there we go. Got the trap going. So there's no push or pull with the scoundrel, but the scoundrel does have the opportunity to get an enemy, manipulate him, or maneuver an enemy around, which is awesome. That's a cool thing that a fighter should be able to do. And it also, unfortunately, maneuvers the enemy into the trap. Okay, so then we'll stun shot somebody with the Tinkerer and try to give everybody some kind of boost. Let's say a boost to attacks. Then we go with the Mind Thief. Oh, well, definitely stunning because I'm within range to be able to stun either of the guards. And then I can do an immobilize to keep the other guard from getting. So that'll be nice. I can keep the other guard from moving anywhere. Because unless I want to use one of my big cards, which would disarm somebody. We'll just use that. Okay. The biggest attack is the Archer Elite and the Bandit Guard Elite, which is an attack of 2. Not a huge amount of damage, but so really just taking anybody out except for the regular Bandit Guard who's just in the back anyway. I wouldn't hit him probably. Taking out these 2 front guys in purple and the 2 back guys in green. That's going to be the most damage reduction. So we'll reduce part of the damage by stunning. And then we'll immobilize the other fella. It's not going to really make much of a difference because I think the Brute's going to move up there and be close enough for them to attack, but okay. Now the Brute will move up and then disarm. Since they're both kind of doing the same thing, we'll just disarm this enemy. Ooh, pretty good amount of damage. Scoundrel. Okay, so we'll see if I'm sure I can get this to work, but I'm going to move 2. Skip the rest of the movement. I'm going to maneuver this guy into the trap. Okay, so I guess I got to confirm first. Huh. I don't know why that didn't work. Maybe it's because you can't perform a move 1 into a trap with that card. That's kind of sucky. I mean, it makes sense. I guess they would avoid it, but... All right, well, I'm just going to do a lousy attack 4. It's not going to do much. I could poison. Yeah, why not? Oof, not a lot of damage. And he'll get both of these guys are going to get to attack now. Well, this guy won't because he's stunned, but nice. So that elite archer missed. Okay, so that elite archer went. So the only guys who haven't gone are the purple guards. This guy is going to do 2 damage. This guy's stunned, so yeah, obviously the move is to just stun the other guy. It's only 1 damage, and it got canceled by my terrible modifier. And once again, I should have done my bottom half action first to give myself an extra boost to damage. Oh well. Oh, the regular Bandit Guard got to go. I forgot. All right. Well, he didn't do any damage anyway. Okay. So now I should try to do an AoE attack. Whew, I could skewer. I just need to move up one. So we'll do that. I need to see if the Tinker has the ability. Yep, the Tinker can pull. If he can move 2 spaces over, he can pull with the... and he'll heal a little bit. The Scoundrel's taken... Oh, the Scoundrel hasn't taken any damage. So the Toxic Bolt will let me just move over to that space where I can hook gun this guard into the trap. So then the Scoundrel should maybe take care of this guy behind her. So we'll use a Poison Shiv and maybe throwing knives just to be able to move early. Mind Thief, we got to get that mind's weakness going. And then we'll just kind of move. We'll use a low card so I can go early. Okay. I did not see what everybody was doing. Bandit Archer Elite needs to be taken out. Bandit Guard Elite is also doing 3. So if I can, I've got to try to take out the archers and the guards. All right. I wish I knew if the Tinker was going to be able to kill this guy. All right. Well, we're going to try to kill the guy behind us. See what happens. Nope. But he is poisoned. And then we're just going to skip the bottom action so she can kind of take the hits. All right. Well, we do have the... I'm going to move on up here to attack this bigger guard. And use the mind's weakness. Do a little bit extra damage. Maybe I can get lucky. Oh, and it was a complete miss. I drew my miss. Okay. Oh, that was where the brute was going to move. Damn, to do the skewer. Well, I can, thankfully, because I have my boots, I can move up here and still carry off the skewer. Thankfully, he's got way more maneuverability since I got those. Ooh, and look at that. Wind is in effect, which means I can add an attack and pierce. I am going to have to skip my movement first. Now I'm going to beef up that attack. Another way you can tell that the element is going to be used is it disappears when you activate, as you can see on the right. So that's going to be a big hit. Yeah. So I'm doing skewer with a big hit. 5 damage, which should kill the regular guard. 4 damage, which should do a huge amount of damage to the little guy, or the elite guy. Can't really do much to help that out. All right. So at this point, the elite guards are going to do damage no matter what. I just have to figure out if I can... Well, actually, I'm going to burn this so that I can do 2 damage to this guy, or 5 damage to this guy, and hopefully kill him, and then maybe I can hit somebody else. Ooh, but then I won't get to pull this guard into a trap. Well... The pull is not really going to... It's not probably going to kill this guy, but... It was what I was originally planning on doing. So it does 3 damage, and if... Oh, man, it's probably only going to do 2 to him. Yeah, dang it, 1 away. Almost had him. Okay, so unfortunately, we're going to have a lot of damage we're going to be taking right now. Eesh. So the Mind Thief is down to 3. So the Tinker is going to have to switch and start working on healing. I'm going to have to burn the rest of these guys down as fast as I can. The Scoundrel should be able to get the guard behind her. The Brute is going to have to come up and take out this guard that's hitting the Tinkerer, and the archers are going to have to be dealt with. So I'll use Juggernaut to move up and do an attack, and then let's see if I can do anything on the bottom. Ooh, I could use my trample and hit these guys, all of them. So we'll try that. I am burning a few cards, but again, there's only 2 rooms here, so I think I've got room to burn a little bit extra in the first room here. The Scoundrel is going to do 3. Um, hmm. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can do an attack on the bottom and then something on the... Oh, I can. I can use Quick Hands. I can do an attack on the bottom with Thief Snack to kill the guard next to me, then move over with Quick Hands to attack the other guard. Let's see. So at that point, that's these 2 guards. I need to start getting the elite archers. Maybe it's time for an ink bomb. Sounds good. Oh no, he needs to switch to healing. So we're going to do some heals. I'm worried that I need to go fast. So I may do these heals so I can get to the Mind Thief healing a lot faster. I'll do Empathetic Assault to heal the Mind Thief, but then that cuts out his ability to, or her ability to, move unless I do Scurry. Well, we'll do Submissive Affliction. No, that's on the bottom. That's right. All right, well, we'll do Scurry so we can at least get some hit in. We're going to have some versatility and flexibility anyway. Okay, the Archer elites and the guards are both doing, but the archers are doing 4. Okay. So we knew that the Mind Thief was going to... Oh, I could have picked something else because I could have moved and healed. Well, maybe the something else we could do is the disarm instead. Okay, I'm going to try to disarm this guy in the back here because, or this guard in the back, because I don't think anybody's going to be able to get to her. So taking her out of the picture will knock out 4 damage. And then, unfortunately, there's no... I don't really need to loot and lose another card. Okay. So I'm going to move the Tinkerer here, and that heals everybody. 1. And then I'm going to heal the Mind Thief 3. So that gets him a little bit less of a worried position. The Tinkerer can create any element. I don't know that I need to this round. Huh. Yeah, we'll hold off. Okay, so the Scoundrel. So there should just be 2 guys going, because the Scoundrel should hopefully be able to... Oh, but the Tinkerer moved right in her way. Well, I should still be able to move down and attack this other archer. We'll see. See where we can go. So we'll use the attack 3 on the guard behind. Oof, 8 damage. And there's probably nowhere. Oh, I can add jump to the movement. I don't think that helps me. Because I can only move 2 and then attack, and I think I'm only going to be able to hit the guy that's already disarmed. Well, only one bandit archer is going to be able to go. Might as well take care of this guy. Okay. Oh, okay. So -2, only 2 damage. It's not terrible. So now the Juggernaut has a problem because I was going to use the bottom half to jump around and kill a bunch of guys, but actually I still could do that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll be hitting all of those guys on my way. And they're both dead. All right. So we'll use the top half of Juggernaut to just skip it for now. Give myself a little breathing room. Okay. Mind Thief is still in a little bit of a worrisome position. I need to do some healing. Harmless Contraption. Whew. I don't have any other healing, huh? Okay. Doesn't do too much. But the Brute is fully healed. So at this point, it's cool if he just tears into the room and gets started. So we'll move 3 and then push. Hopefully there's a trap in there. And then I'll use Spare Dagger to kind of attack. We need to move fast, so we'll have to use Backstab and then maybe some Smoke Bomb. Set up a big attack. Although Backstab will let me move really far. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay. So I might use Fearsome Blade just to get in the room and hit anything I can and attack it, and then do a big attack on the top. Frigid Apparition. Sounds good. We'll go into the room and blow it up. Okay, well, unfortunately I won't be able to do the complete singled out. Whoo. There's a treasure chest. It's clear around in the back. Okay, these guys are going to do big damage too. Which means I may be turning on her invisibility. And the same with the Mind Thief, I think. Big XP, I get to move 2 and then attack 2. Skip the rest of the movement. And of course she's dead, which means I can't use Frigid Apparition to attack somebody else and stun them. Man, that sucks. Instead, I'll just have to go invisible and skip the attack. Okay, the Brute is going to move in and do some attacking. I still don't have my boots back, so I can't do a basic movement. I have to do a bigger movement. Ooh. I guess I couldn't have pushed that guy anyway into. I don't think I could have pushed him through an obstacle. Okay. Well, we'll hit the guy that can't be hit anytime soon. Ugh, just 1 damage. All right, so this is what this guy's made for. He's going to take some hits on his armor. Unfortunately, it's going to hurt, and his armor is going to be pretty depleted, pretty much depleted. Oh, come on. Yeah, his armor's gone. He's not doing too well. He's down to like 5 hit points. Oh, and of course the Tinker's going so far behind that can't do anything. So we need to move up fast. Not really too worried about gold at the moment because I'm bleeding pretty bad here. Can't do any kind of. I don't think this decoy is going to help any. Okay. So at this point, we will have. Everybody's short resting. Open wound. Yeah. Okay, so the scoundrel. Normally, I would go last since these guys are, or as late as I can, since these guys are invisible. But I need to move and soak up some damage so the brute doesn't take everything, and I need to try to kill as many of these guys as I can. So we'll do some poison. I think that's probably the largest amount of damage I can do. Okay, so now we're going to do the big shots with the. Okay, so we'll do a reviving shock to heal the brute for some big damage. That'll give him XP also. We'll do an ink bomb to also do some big XP. And the Mind Thief is going to just do the last 2 cards. Okay. Thankfully, these are not big attacks. Attack 2, but they do get to target 2 people, but at least it will be spread out damage instead of one person taking all of it. So, yeah. So I'm going to move. Now, if I move, I can add jump to the movement and move a lot more freely. This will be a good position because now I can use the pull later on to pull this other archer, hopefully. This will kill this archer. Yes. All right, so we're dealing a little bit less damage. Dealing with a little bit less damage. Okay, that's a good turn. Brute. All right, we're going to see if I can push through this obstacle. I don't think I can, but boy, would it be awesome. No, I can't. I don't necessarily think. Oh, but the Tinker is getting ready to do an ink bomb. Wouldn't that be awesome if he had a triangle of enemies right there? Javotel. I'm sorry, Javotel. You can't level up more than 9, and I think because this is still in early development, I don't know that you have all of the cards through level 9 that you do in the physical game yet. They are kind of adding them in a little bit at a time. So every time there's an update, like every There hasn't been one since the beginning of May. They've been saying they're getting ready for a big update. I'm hoping it's the multiplayer, but yeah, I know you can level up to 9, but I think once you start getting up to those upper levels, you might be looking at just like maybe one card out of instead of two. But yeah, I actually haven't gotten that high before, so um, of levels. So I'm going to try to do that in the playthroughs over the next few weeks. Okay, so now at this point, I can do a big ink bomb, and the brute's too far away to heal anyway. So I got to move into position to be able to pull this off. I can hit all 3 guys now. Man, this is so hard to target unless you move into a overhead position. Helped before. Huh. I wish that just like any other multi-target attack, I wish you could. Oh, okay. It is targeting him even though it's not highlighting him. So that's good. At least it's going to happen, hopefully. But I wish they would let you just single target everything. I mean, you can't pick anything outside of a triangle anyway, and of course it didn't let me do that third attack. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, well, these guys will probably stay in that position. So they have to. So that means if I can go fast, I can pull off my other triangular attack. I am going to try to, with the Mind Thief, have somebody attack somebody else. But it would be a disadvantage. Would it be better for me to just get an attack off? Yeah, it probably would be better if I just moved up and attacked. Okay, so I'm going to do a basic attack. I should be able to kill. Yeah, so now I just deal with 1 damage. Yeah, so something about that ink bomb, those triangular attack area of attacks are still a little wonky as far as targeting. I was able to fix it before, so you might have success if you zoom it all the way out to where it's overhead, but I couldn't even get that to happen. But it did show that it was marked to do damage, and so I was a little more confident in it, but that didn't happen. Oof, everybody's hitting the brute. Man. Okay, so the brute could take damage. Let's see if the Tinkerer has another. Okay, yeah, so he's got the net shooter. Should be able to do another AoE attack. I'm going to try to have the brute run away and grab the treasure. He's going to do a short rest. And so now he can do. He only needs to move 2. But I'll go ahead and have him move 3 just in case and have him move early so he can get out of the range of everybody. The Scoundrel's also in a little bit of trouble damage-wise, but she should be able to survive just 2 guys hitting 2 remaining archers. I do need to have her move pretty far. Oh, she can attack pull. And that should kill the one. Yeah, that should kill the 1 archer. And then we will just. Throwing knives. Okay, that's good. Range attack. All right, now the Mind Thief is almost dead, so need to have her short rest. We will burn Hostile Takeover because I think I have better cards that can. I think I can disarm both of these archers. With Perverse Edge, I can stun one of them, and then I'll just do an attack on the nearby enemy. Frigid Apparition. I think I should. Now they're going to do a big attack, so I need to make sure they're taken out. But okay, so we start with the Mind Thief. We'll do the stun attack. If anybody's going to be left alive, it's going to be this archer. It's a disadvantage, but it still did pretty good damage. But at least this one that's more likely to be alive will be stunned, so won't be able to do anything. So we'll do a big 5 attack. And look at this, Nightblade, since there's night on the field, I can activate the Nightblade, which does +2 to a single attack. So now we're doing 7 with the augment and the blade and everything else boosted. Oh, and of course I drew a miss. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Okay, so the scoundrel's going to do throwing knives to pull the thief into this closer area. Oh, didn't make it. And we'll do throwing knives to kind of do a little bit of a hit. The brute is going to move. Night, Joe. Just about done myself for tonight. Just got to finish the last guy. Skip the rest of my movement. I'll do the attack, but skip it. And 10 gold. Pretty good gold haul this run. All right, so we definitely need to get the max out. Well, the net shooter should do enough. Maxed out XP for the Tinkerer. And then we will move up and grab the gold. All right. Not bad. Not a bad run. So the nice thing about that is we get to go to our final destination. There were only 2 scenarios, remember? There might still be a random encounter, but nope. So we got to the marches, so we get our XP bonus, and we also got the hook chain, which, man, this is just what I was looking for the Tinkerer. It helps add pull 2 to an attack action, and it's going to be a range attack action, which is all that the Tinkerer uses primarily. It adds a pull to it as well, so that's going to be huge in terms of continuing to be able to manipulate the battlefield. Got boosted XP and gold, and so there's a wandering merchant here. Let's go ahead and equip the hook chain so remember we've got that. I don't think we have anything else besides some extra potions. Everything else, oh, we got some extra eagle eye goggles we never equipped. I think those are maybe for the Tinkerer. I mean, the Mind Thief could also use some, but need to boost some XP possibilities for the Tinkerer. Not that Eagle Eye Goggles will necessarily make it easier to get XP, but they'll make them bigger hits. Let's put it that way. I don't think there's any other armor I have now. Hands or feet stuff. Okay, so let's see what's available. At this Wandering Merchant, they usually have kind of crappy items, honestly. We got some potions. Again, I don't need any. I should sell the ones that I have, actually. But we'll see. You can definitely sell stuff. There are only 5. Yeah, let's sell them anyway. Money is money, right? Especially if you just don't have room for them right now. Anyway, it'll be a little bit longer before I will have room for them, so... Okay, so I don't have room for potions. The only person who'd use a shield would be the Brute. He already has a shield. His hide armor and chainmail, I think he already has chainmail. Yeah, so that's the best armor he can have. And remember, it's all canceled anyway because of the rad ability perk he has, which gives him the ability to ignore all the chainmail negative effects. That's the best thing to get if you want to make the Brute a tank. So there's really nothing else there. So the only thing that I can really work on at this point is enhancing cards. I do need to level up the Tinkerer, so we can go ahead and do that. Remember, when you level up, you're going to get 2 cards of the new level. So level 2 cards, you get to look at them both. So you have like a little preview. Here's another heal card, which is pretty good. And on the bottom, there's a permanent burn ability. That's why there's 2 burn symbols here. One just tells you it burns it, so you lose it. Then the other permanently burns it, which means there are some items that and some abilities that can possibly bring lost cards back. So it keeps this from ever being brought back. Like this, for example. Second card is a stun, but it's a lost card. Disorienting flash. And then the bottom lets you muddle and then move. Huh. So the trick is, which do you want? You only get to pick one. Now later on, you can come back and buy the other one, but I'm not a, I'm not really a huge fan of the level 2 cards for the Tinkerer at all. Honestly, I like the heal 4 okay. And sure, if they could get one of their lost cards back. So I guess we'll take that. I really don't know if I want to add it, although I could add it. I know one card that I keep noticing that I'm never using is the Harmless Contraption. It does give me a heal on the bottom, but now I have a heal on the top, which is most likely where I would use it anyway. Uh, and I'm not bringing in that summon ever, so maybe I'll have more use out of the stamina booster, because maybe bringing a lost card back would be awesome at some point, and it gives me an extra heal that I can for sure use. Because one thing that I definitely want to still be able to do, even if I'm healing, is be able to move, keep moving. Okay, so I also get to pick a perk. I can add heal cards to my modifier deck, immobilize cards, wound cards. Wound cards are great. Um, but you know me, I like to get rid of some negative cards first in my modifier deck, make it a little more balanced towards being able to draw something either 0 or +1, +2, or ×2, as opposed to the purple negative cards. So I just took out 2 of those, and the awesome thing is as soon as I get the next one, I can take out another 2, and I'll just be down to 1. And then later on, I can even replace my -2 with a +0, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I have 67 gold. And so I don't know if I've looked at this before. I'm just going to take a quick look at it. The enhancements. So you can go into the enhancements anytime, no matter, as long as you're in an endpoint. You can't do them in the middle of a run. So you have to do them in between runs. But if you click enhancements, you'll see some odd looking highlights. There are certain places that you can enhance on the cards that you have, and this is the most fun part of the game, I think, is trying to figure out how you're going to make these ability cards your own, and customizable. So, for example, if I want my Tinkerer to focus on healing, I might go through and enhance all the healing cards to either do extra healing, or maybe I want them to heal at a greater range, or I don't even know if you can select this, but possibly multiple targets. You can also add regeneration, if you're playing with if you're playing the physical game. I don't know that they have regeneration yet in this digital game. I doubt it, because that's a Forgotten Circles edition. But I love regeneration; it's amazing, especially because if you're poisoned and you have regeneration, you can get rid of a poison. If I'm understanding the rules right, you can get rid of the poison and then still regenerate. Let's see. I'm assuming the Steam. Oh, okay. So you're talking about this digital version or the tabletop simulator, Javo? If you've played it, I was wondering if you've played it on tabletop simulator. You're talking about this Steam version. Oh, okay, this one. So the big difference is right now you don't have the campaign, which to me I feel like that makes this game a whole lot different in terms of what you're building your characters up for. You can retire characters eventually and get new ones. And there's even like 16, there's a ton of these unlockable secret characters that you don't even know what they are. But once you retire, you get to a certain point where you retire, you could possibly unlock one of these secret, more powerful characters. You can upgrade the town so that there's more items are cheaper. There's more items. There's more enhancements. Yeah, there's so much now that those physical things are not in the digital version, but they probably will be eventually. I think the digital version is going to have everything. Yeah, I know. There actually is an unlockable secret character on this digital version already. I haven't unlocked it because I don't want to know what it is yet. I don't want to spoil it because I haven't seen it in the physical game yet. But I'm excited about checking that out eventually. But I think they are going to keep adding. Yeah, I understand. It's very tempting. I want to take a look at it, but yeah, it's really fun to play through the campaign and have all these boxes that you're looking at. You can see the symbols of all these secret characters, but you can't see them yet. Um, yeah, the price tag is a little hefty, but sometimes they have these really cool sales, like on Amazon or some online board game places that sell it pretty cheap. It's definitely a lot of fun. Both versions are really cool, and you can play it by yourself even. Or if you have even just one other person, it's still a lot of fun. It scales really well whether you're playing with 2 people or 4 people. Plays a little bit longer with 4 people, but each scenario. And you got to have a lot of commitment because I still haven't. I'm playing with 3 groups. None of us have gotten even halfway to beating it yet. I think I've got one group that's close to halfway, but we're having a hard time. Oh wow, you got a 2 party character. That's tough. I found the 2 party adventure mode pretty tough. Keep playing? That's a good question. I don't know what there is to offer once you get to level 9 in adventure mode. Have you beaten all 3 bosses? I don't know if there's any content after that point. I was wondering if there was. 2? Okay. So I guess once you beat the 3rd boss, that might be worth playing. Oh, there are more than 3. Wow, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool that it keeps going. Because I did beat 2 bosses to get to unlock 4 players, and then I realized that that second fight was so hard I couldn't even imagine trying to get up to level 9 except with a 4-person party. So it's pretty crazy. All right. I'm not sure. I think I like the idea of getting the Mind Thief into a killing machine first. Mind Thief is one of my favorite characters. Um, and so I think I'm going to spend my enhancement money on building up this attack. So the Mind Weakness is an augment that gives you +2 on all of your melee attacks for the rest of the game. Should you spend 25 doll hairs on this game? That's a good question. I think that it is going to be worth it once the whole game comes out. So if you spent $25 now, you might play through it. If you like roguelikes, and you like tactical games like XCOM, things like that, this game would really be a lot of fun just with that aspect. But as the game continues to get developed, some more characters developed and more characters get unlocked, and you have the campaign mode and then the eventual co-op mode where they add multiplayer. I think then by that point it's going to go way over value of $25, or it will definitely have paid for itself by that point. So I guess it's up to you whether you want to jump on early while it maybe is a little expensive for $25, but if you know already that the in game is going to be really, really valuable, well over that, probably, I think. The physical game itself is like 80, 90, sometimes over $100. So um, you're getting a big discount. Eventually, you'll have all of that available. Okay, so I'm getting the +1 attack. It costs 50 gold. It adds +1, as you can see. It builds on. It builds up here. There are little circles, blank circles, that show you where you can enhance cards. So if I wanted to enhance the bottom of this card, which I never use, you can attack 1. I can add muddle. I can add an extra attack to that. I can add poison eventually, although I can't afford it. Or I can add elements, curses, which put disadvantages or actual misses into the monster deck. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you too, Javo. I'll see you later. I'm getting ready to head off too. I think I'm just going to add a really quick enhancement to the Mind's Weakness. So now, look at this. It's now highlighted in red to show me I've enhanced this card. So now when I first enhance using the Mind Weakness, I not only attack for 1, I attack for 2. So it makes that card even better. And I'm down to 17 gold, so that's it for me. All right. So I've spent all my money, finally leveled up Tinker to level 2. Everybody else is about to hit level 3. I might try the boss once I get everybody to level 3, except for probably the Tinkerer. He might get up there pretty close. But we'll probably do maybe one more path of scenarios, and then jump into Splint Mail. Might have to go after that, and then jump over to the boss and see if I can hit him and knock him out. All right, well, that's it for this week. Don't forget, you can check out on Saturdays on DeFebruar's channel. I think I have some information about how to get to her channel on Twitch. DeFebruar, every Saturday we are playing some tabletop simulator board games. Now we're starting a new campaign where we're playing Aeon's End, which is pretty awesome deck builder game. Otherwise, I'll be back here next Tuesday. Come and join me for some more Gloomhaven goodness. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.